everybody, thank you so much for clicking on my video to watch. So for today's video, I'm doing a tutorial on the look I'm wearing right now. This is a New Year's Eve makeup tutorial, and it wasn't exactly how I envisioned. I wanted the eyeshadow to be just a little bit lower, just the gold on the eyes, but I was messing around with the eyeshadow too much, so it kind of dragged up a little bit, but it still turned out pretty close to what I was expecting it to. My husband just got me this palette for Christmas, and I was so excited about it. This is the Pretty Rich palette from Too Faced, and these are the shades in it. They have some pressed glitters in here, which are so beautiful. So I'm wearing this gold one on my eyelids right now. I played with this palette yesterday. I tried to put the glitter eyeshadow on my eyes. It just wasn't sticking as well as I would like it to, so I went ahead and got the NYX glitter glue today, and I just used that for the base to stick the pressed glitters on because I really wanted to use the pressed glitter eyeshadows in here. They're so pretty. Also, I put a skirt on for my top, so if it's not working out, it's because it's not actually a shirt. But it's sparkly, so I thought it would go good with my eyeshadow. So before we get on to the video, please don't forget to subscribe. Click that little bell beside the subscribe button. That way you guys get notified every time I upload a new video. Also, don't forget to like this video if you enjoy it and you like makeup tutorials. And if you'd like to know how I got this look, then please just keep watching. So I'm going to start off with my eyes for this look just because they're so dramatic and black, and I want to wipe off the fallout before I move on to my face. So I'm just going to prime them with my Too Faced Super Coverage Concealer. And I'm just blending that out with a large brush just to disperse the product and get it all over my lid. And then I'm going to move on to my eyeshadow, the Pretty Rich palette by Too Faced. It is stunning. So this is what it looks like. I'm just going to grab this cream shade called It's Designer, and I'm just going to use this to set my base and make sure my concealer isn't sticky anymore. Next, I'm going to grab the shade It's Cashmere, and this is going to be my transition shade. So I'm just popping this into my crease using a very large crease brush. This one is from Lamar, and it is in their first brush set that they had created. And next, I'm just going to take this shade called Oh That's Rich, and this is just going to create a little bit extra dimension. And I'm just grabbing a different crease brush and focusing this shade on the outer part of my crease and also kind of on the outer part of my eye. I'm just making sure that's blended really well. And then I'm going to take the black shade in the palette. It is called Coal Under Pressure, and I'm going to take a very small crease brush just to be super precise with the black. And I'm going to place this in my crease as well and my outer corners, but I don't want it to drag up too far and look muddy. So that's why I'm using a very small brush just to make sure the black doesn't smudge out of place. And then next, I'm using the NYX glitter glue. So I got my husband to pick this up for me because I wanted to make sure my pressed glitter was going to stick very well, and this product works amazing. It was my first time using it, but I really love it. I'm glad I have it now. I know that Too Faced also makes a glitter glue, but I had the NYX one near me. So I just created a very small cut crease, just a half cut crease on my lid using that product. Then I grabbed the pressed glitter called Fluent in Diamonds. It is beautiful. I know that a lot of New Year's Eve tutorials focus around the silver, so I wanted to do mine focused around the gold. So I just placed that right over top of where I put the NYX product. And now this is just where I'm playing around with my eyeshadow, making sure I'm getting it to how I want it to look. So I just placed some more black on the outer corners to make it more pigmented. And then I wiped up the edges of it just because the black dragged down too far. And then I wanted to place the black more in the inner part of my crease just to make it a little bit more prominent there. So I took a pencil brush and very carefully placed the product above the gold shade and blended it out very lightly. I tried my best not to mess around with the gold, but it still drug up a little bit just because I was doing this part. Next, I am taking the Sigma Wicked Eyeliner. I know I held that upside down, sorry about that. And I'm just going to create a little winged liner using this product. I'm going to go back over it with some black later, but I just wanted to kind of extend out my eye look and make it look a little bit bigger. So that's why I'm just creating the wing here. So now I'm going back into the black and I'm placing it right on top of where I put the gel eyeliner, and then also putting some extra where I lost the product again. So this is how my gold eyeshadow kind of went everywhere, but I really tried to make it not, but you can kind of see the glitter smudging about because I'm messing with the eyeshadow so much. And then I did lose some of the gold, so I placed some more on and just made it super precise. I really wanted to make sure that it looked like a half cut crease. So I'm just fixing it up here. Usually when you're working with a black, you tend to have to mess around with your eyeshadow a lot because you kind of lose the pigment, then you have to get it back, and so on. So I just popped on some mascara and then I'm just putting on these lashes. These are the Baddington lashes. I believe they're called Insta Famous, and I got them in one of my BoxyCharms. I wanted my lashes to be a little bit more full and thick today. That's why I switched them up. I didn't go with my Ardell ones like I usually do. Next, I'm just placing some more mascara on because I wanted to make sure my lashes were blended together nicely. And I am going to tight line my upper lash line just with a black eyeliner. So I thought that I was recording, but I wasn't. So I was just placing on this Catrice HD liquid foundation. I mixed the shades Rose Beige and Light Beige just to get my perfect match. And I blended out with my Sigma Flat Kabuki because this gives me the most full coverage ever, and I love it. And it is a matte foundation, so I feel like it will be perfect on New Year's Eve, but it's not too drying as well. It will last you all night. So the concealer I'm going to use is the Maybelline Age Rewind. This one is in the shade Ivory, and I'm just going to place it underneath my eyes and a lot of it, and then also onto the center of my face. I'm going to mix in a little bit of my Too Faced Super Coverage Concealer. This shade is Vanilla. It's just going to give me a little bit extra coverage, but it's not exactly light enough to my liking, so I use both of these shades, and then I'm just going to blend it out with the same brush that I was using for my foundation. Sorry if my voice sounds groggy in any way. It's the morning time, so I'm trying my best not to make it sound like that, but sorry if it is. Next, I'm going to be baking with my Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder. This one is in the shade Pound Cake. On New Year's Eve, you're not going to want your makeup to go anywhere, so baking is going to be your best friend in this situation. I just let it sit on for a little bit, and then I'm going to wipe it away with my e.l.f. blush brush. Also, I did already do my eyebrows before this video. I know my right eyebrow looks kind of wonky. I didn't even realize I screwed it up, but apparently I did, so that's just looking a little funny there. So now I'm going to bronze up my skin because it's looking pale. I'm going to take my NARS Laguna bronzer, and this is the bronzer I go to on nights out, New Year's Eve, when I really just want a nice bronze. It's beautiful. No wonder everybody loves this bronzer, and I'm just blending that all over my face using my Too Faced Mr. Right brush. Also making sure to get it down my neck just so everything matches together. I also do that with my foundation and my bronzer. So next I'm going to contour. I'm going to go into my Anastasia contour kit, mix the shades Havana and Java, and I'm going to use my NARS Ita brush just to contour into the hollows of my cheeks, just placing it into the hollows and then blending it up towards my cheek. And then also, of course, underneath my lip just to make it look a little bit bigger. And then I also placed a little bit on my forehead, just on either side. Next is blush. I'm going into my Sigma blush palette, and I'm going to mix these shades, Cordy Rosa, and I believe that shade is called Spiced. And I'm just using my Luxie blush brush to put it onto my cheeks and blend it backwards. Then I ended up putting just a little bit too much on. I didn't want that much on, so I took a big, large stippling brush and I blended it out a lot. I just wanted to finish off my eyes, so I took the black shade again and just with a small crease brush I was using before, placing this on my lower lash line, just making sure to really blend it out because I didn't want the black to look too harsh on my lower lash line, but I did want the eyes to all flow together. And then I took the Wicked eyeliner by Sigma again. It is so pigmented, so it looks amazing on the lower waterline, and I'm just placing it in there. And then I just popped some mascara on my bottom lashes to complete the eyes. Next, I wanted my highlighter to be blinding, so I took the Ofra Rodeo Drive highlighter. This one is also a beautiful gold, and you can really build it up, and it doesn't really bring out the texture in your skin. It is so nice. I mean, it does because it's a highlighter, but not too much. So I'm placing it on my cheekbones, on my cupid's bow, nose, and the inner corners of my eyes, as well. I place some on to my temples. And again, after I put on my highlighter, I always want to make sure I blend it out. So I'm just taking my stippling brush again, making sure it's all blended together. Next, for lips, I went through a few, but this is the one I ended up using. So I first took the Anastasia Dread lipstick and placed that on. I'm rubbing it out with my fingers just so it doesn't look too harsh because it's a super cool tone brown and I didn't want it to be that prominent. I wanted the gold gloss to be But when I put on the gloss on its own, it was just a little bit too gold. It didn't really go with my eyeshadow. So that's why I'm doing this first, and then I'm going to put on the Anastasia Gilded Lip Gloss just to top it off and finish the look. I also put on a setting spray. I forgot to include it, but I will list it below. Okay guys, well that's it for the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Also, I did want to mention that I'm doing a bunch of polls before the new year just to ask you guys questions and just kind of figure out what you guys want to see from me in 2019. So they're up on my Instagram stories. They should still be up. And if the first round's gone, there's still going to be more. I just didn't want to put so many up at one time. So definitely go head on over to my Instagram so you can go vote on my questions and just answer if you guys want to see anything specific. Also, don't forget to subscribe before you leave, like this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!